this my intro?
I don't know.
Welcome to the UU Daily Minute 10-minute talk.
For
where
June.
For June, it is now June 6th, I believe. It is June 6th. We're a little late to the game. Subscribe to the channel if you like what we do. Smash that alert button. Oh, no, smash the like button and hit the alert button. And I know those are very violent terms. I'm sorry, that's what YouTubers say.
We don't know.
No videos have come out yet. We're actually ahead.
Are we ahead?
Last Monday, May 31st, was May. It was May 31st. No videos have come out in June yet. We're ahead. One's going to come out in about, what time is it? 6 in 9 hours Pacific time. 9 hours, it doesn't matter. 9 hours from wherever you are in the world, a video is going to come out. I don't know what it is. We'll have to look at the list and see. It's going to be a surprise today. Oh, and I think we still need to record one of our May videos or two.
But yeah, one of our June videos needs to be recorded.
Yeah, it's not been recorded. We have
But today's topic is perfection.
Yeah, we're not going to be perfect in June.
Mm-mm.
I'm going to say our list of videos for this month is, by standards of the channel, not perfect.
I would like to say that the fact that we're recording this 10-minute talk later is not perfect because
It's not great. It's not. We haven't released a video yet. We cut
True.
ourselves slack in this case.
True, but it is interesting that ironically, when we decided like a week or two ago to do perfection for this,
And we were going to do it a week ago at least. We're like, oh yeah, we'll get it done before June.
and then we ran out of time. The irony, it's perfect. From a theological standpoint, perfectionism.
It comes up a lot in modern church life.
It does. There's this idea that you need to put on the correct clothing, do your hair the correct way. Your kids need to behave in the correct manner when you go to church.
Well, let me just say this. I did this haircut myself, and I think
we have this pressure on us as people who kind of live into the modern world that you need to go to the right schools, do the right thing, make the right amount of money, present the right image. And that's kind of oppressive and depressing.
There is a saying that
Go ahead.
perfection is a tool of oppression.
And it is. The idea that you won't do something or you hesitate to do something because if you can't do it perfectly, then you don't want to be seen as anything less than. And we as a channel, as a group, as a partnership have worked as a collective. We've worked really hard to not do that. We want to come on here when you'll notice sometimes that we flub, or more me than Eric, but I'll flub a word or I'll flub an expression during a video, and I'm not going to always reshoot it. Now, if I get a fact wrong, I'll re-record it. But in an effort to make these authentic videos and to make them realistic and to highlight who we really are, I often don't re-record them and just keep going. And that's my attempt to show you that that's Erien as she is, not Erien the fake perfect. Because I think that I should be able to show up with my imperfections and be enough. So
I admit to recording mine more than once usually. And they're still not perfect. There's a point at which there's a diminishing return on each additional recording I make, and I just make a different mistake. It's just not the mistake I made in the video previously.
The first time, yeah. And I think that this is a chance to talk about that. That's what, we always do these 10-minute talks about these things, and I think the opportunity to sit with the idea that we should be trying to accept each other, both from a theological standpoint and just as people, we should be trying to accept each other, no matter who comes at you, as they are, and not expecting them to change who they are or misrepresent themselves in some way so that the perception is they're perfect. And that's a scary, vulnerable thing to do, but it's also really brave and can be really beautiful, I think, when done authentically. I don't know, Eric.
True.
So, and I think modern churches face this problem. Like the idea that you can show up, and I've heard this a lot. Oh, you guys are the people who show up in jeans and t-shirts to church. And so I think you should also be able to show up in a really nice dress if that's what you want to wear, and also not be judged.
Yeah, and I would say, but I would also say this, and it's not just you use. Many modern churches that are trying to attract a wider attendance space are going to relax their dress code rules because there are people who don't own suits. I barely own one at this point and aspire to be a minister. And you're just not going to have people walk through the door if you have a dress code. You're just not. So if that's what you want, then that's what you get.
Yep. Well, and I think it goes beyond that too. Eric and I were talking about this, we were kind of wrestling with this idea that you face this in everyday things that you do when you go to work, when you go to the grocery store. How many times have we all seen the quote unquote people of a certain store pictures where you don't know what's going on in that person's life, but somebody's taking a picture of them and puts them on the internet to shame them?
Oh yeah.
Like that's pretty hard stuff. It's because they're somehow.
Well, hopefully you can't see their face. So if nothing else.
Hopefully.
Oh, there's entire Reddit channels devoted to that.
I visit them. I think that the invitation to consider what it means to accept when you make a mistake. To accept a mistake.
To have the grace to give yourself the grace and to give others the grace when they are not perfect.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I know I'm hard on myself. This is something I've worked on a lot in the last 4 years. The idea that I have laid awake at night and thought about mistakes I've made, especially in academic writing, where I've literally laid awake at night. And I think I just come to the point where it's like, did what I turn in, was it factual? Yes. Was it the best truth I could do the day I turned it in? Yes. So I need to get over the comma or the not comma. Eric's my comma king. Like he takes care of the comma stuff.
I am known as the comminator occasionally.
The comminator, yeah.
I like commas. They make it easier to tell where you're supposed to take a pause. That's all I'm saying.
But
I'm going to say I don't worry about my academic mistakes.
I do.
I have other mistakes to worry about, plenty of them. I worry about those regularly, but they're not academic.
Well, again, that's the invitation. The invitation is to kind of love yourself and to accept that people are going to make mistakes. And I think that's the first step. We're going to talk about it probably sometime in the future about
true.
When you talk about
go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, when you talk about people who end up at quote unquote out of covenant.
Oh, that's true. Sometimes perfection is an element of that.
Yep.
Sometimes. I don't know. Maybe.
We'll talk about that.
I would say, well, we both have done a lot of Zoom worship in the last year, as like behind the scenes and also in front of the camera. And I would say it is a common topic of conversation during which the idea that we are striving for a perfect Zoom service comes up. And the truth is, normally worship is not perfect because human beings are doing it. And no matter what, there's always little things that happen. And if you get all bent out of shape about it, then, well.
Yeah. Sometimes the baby's going to cry and you have a choice. You can either make the mom and dad feel ashamed the baby's going to cry, or you can be like, listen to that voice of God through this baby's voice.
But I will say this, like when it comes to the technical side of things, there's nothing wrong with striving to do a good job.
Well, yeah.
It's about afterwards, how do you treat the mistakes and the people who made them, including yourself? If you're the one who made the mistake, do you beat them up, including yourself? Or do you say, you know what? We did our best. That's what matters.
We had fun. We did our best and people got the message and everybody smiled.
Yeah. All right. Is that the end of this whole thing?
Yes. I encourage you to not be perfect. Be yourself.
Doesn't mean don't try to be good at something you're trying to do, but don't beat yourself up about it. That's the theological message of the day, I think.
Whoop, whoop. What's coming up in
now,
June?
What? Oh, for the month of June.
June of 2021.
Yeah, so now it is June. I'm going to look at our
Oh,
content list.
we do have a theme for June. I realize what it is.
We do.
Kind of.
And the theme, at least for the, well, no, we do have a theme and we don't. There's only 4 videos this month. It's a short month. We've got a couple of 5-month, so five Monday months for the last few months, including May. I think April was actually a 5 Monday month as well.
It might have been.
Or March was. But usually months like that don't happen right next to each other. So maybe it was April, but it wasn't February. I don't think
June's all about GA, really. It starts out all about GA.
But you just say that, but what's GA? GA is the UUA, Unitarian Universalist Association General Assembly. So we're doing a series of 3 videos about 3 elements of, actually 4 videos, one of which came out last Monday, so we're a little behind on that. But that's actually not for General Assembly. That was for the UU Ministers Association,
which happens
meeting,
around the same time as GA.
which happens actually in the 3 days, I think, before.
Something like that.
It was titled, and you may have already seen it come out because it came out on Monday, What is the Berry Street Essay? Yeah.
Then we have a video about GA itself. And
yeah, I did that one. Let me tell you,
then,
talking about a big organizational meeting is not exciting.
And then we have one coming out about an event that happens at GA.
Which one? You can give them the hint. Normally we would say the title.
Oh yeah, the where. The where
lecture. Who are some people who have given a where lecture in the past?
Oh.
Name one.
Name one? Oh,
yeah.
Elaine Pagels. Go ahead, Eric. You name one because I know who you want to name. I love Elaine Pagels.
I know. So Elaine Pagels wrote the book on paganism.
No. She's the Gnostic. She's the
Gnostic test. Now I'm all confused. The Gnostic
test.
Yes. Then okay. No. I was going to say the most famous person in the modern era to probably have given, the modern era being before I was born, by a couple of years, was the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. Gave a where lecture that, if you have a chance to read, is eye-opening, and we will at some point do a 3 minutes in UU history on the Reverend Dr. Luther King's where lecture.
That where lecture, yeah.
Yes, because it actually ties into a lot of some other things that we have occasionally talked about on the channel.
Excellent. Yeah, if you want to look up the where lectures, but that's going on, and then we go from there to the principles. We've done the sources.
Principles. You always just say like a word, and it's like, for someone who is not a Unitarian Universalist but finds this channel just amazing. What are the principles again? Okay, I'll tell you. Unitarian Universalism has 7 principles with an eighth waiting in the wing. We have a video about that if you want to go back and look at it. Link below. Maybe we'll put a link below. And Erien talks for 3 minutes and 59 seconds, actually less with the intro thing and the thing at the end. Like, it's really probably 3 minutes and 40 seconds talking about the 8 principles of Unitarian Universalism.
And then the last week of June is actually one of my favorite.
We're probably going to reschedule this one, but go ahead and describe it, because I'm going to put myself in the schedule.
But one of my favorite theologians, I did an overview of them, James Luther Adams, affectionately called JLA. Eric showing off his book that's signed. We all hate and love him at the same time about owning that book.
He's just doing it to show them who JLA was.
I love JLA. I hope it comes across, but this is an overview of who JLA was, so that we can do some more videos on JLA specific pieces of work.
It's about it.
Yeah.
Because I think this is a good overview, but there are some interesting factoids about him and different things that are interesting.
Yeah, JLA is pretty awesome. And that's June, and that's our 10-minute talk.
No, we're not done yet.
Oh, we're not?
No, we have to tell them something. If they've watched this far, we should have told them at the beginning. And
please
edit
subscribe.
This part out. Wait. Maybe you should edit this part out and put it at the beginning. And then run. Oh, I know. Take this part edit it, copy it actually. Don't take it out. You're out of focus now. Take this part, paste it before the introduction, and then run the title screen, and then we start. Because that way we can remind them to what?
Subscribe and hit the like button, isn't it? The bell.
Well, you smash. Okay, here's how you do. Subscribe to the channel if you like what we do. Smash that alert button. Oh no, smash the like button and hit the alert button. And I know those are very violent terms. I'm sorry, that's what YouTubers say.